Next up at UFC Vegas 42, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Big Ben Rothwell versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Big Ben Rothwell is 39-13 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. Coming off that submission win over Chris Barnett, who we just saw fight this past weekend. Marcos Rogerio de Lima, 18-7 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, alternating wins and losses. Ben Rothwell is almost like a heavyweight Justin Gaethje, who I've referenced like 10 times in this breakdown. He just marches forward, decent amount of strikes, and absolutely relies on his chin to keep him in a fight. He is massive, even for a heavyweight. He uses his size really well. He's very hard to take down, but he is slow. He's been boring lately. So picking him apart on the feet has been the path to victory the last few years. Look at his loss against Tybura. He was literally outstruck 95-155 in that fight. But he does have great fight IQ, which will make up for his speed and his age. De Lima is a powerful striker with a decent ground game and solid leg kicks. For a heavyweight, he's got a ton of volume. He put up 166 strikes in his decision win against Maurice Green. He has decent wrestling offense at 66% and averages more than one takedown per fight. The issue for him is that if he gets taken down, he does not fight well off his back, especially against somebody as physically imposing as Big Ben. But this is a surprisingly difficult fight to pick. Ben just needs to come forward, lay on De Lima, get a takedown, and finish from there. Marco De Lima just needs to stick and move, ride out a decision from there. And with his leg kicks, it's very possible that he can do that. It's a battle of the game plans here, and I'm ever so slightly, razor thin, ever so slightly leaning with Big Ben. He only needs one single takedown to get this fight done, where Lima would need 15 minutes of well-executed game plan. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I feel with Ben Rothwell, this is going to kind of sound weird because obviously he does lose, but I don't know how you beat this guy. Obviously, the top tier heavyweights are going to beat him because they have the power, they have the game plans, whatever. But when you're in this middle tier, and Ben is 40 years old, so eventually he will fall and he will not look the way he's been looking. And there are moments where he does look a little bit slow. But the guy's got, the head of granite, right? He hasn't been TKO'd, I don't think, since like 2009. If you go to the ground, he's probably going to win on the ground versus most of these middle tier guys. Again, I'm not talking about like the top level, grapplers and this and that. But I just feel like you just can't beat this guy. Every time you think he's going to beat him, like you say, he just plots forward. He just boxes you. He'll shove you up against a fence. He'll grind on you. He might take you down. I just feel like there's nowhere that Marcus is going to be able to win this fight. I maybe with the volume, maybe like a weird, dirty decision, something like that. And Marcos can put people away, but you just can't put Ben Rothwell away. You just don't do it. So I think Ben just wins one of those fights that he wins. He just plots forward, boom, 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 a little bit of volume, makes it dirty against the cage. Maybe gets a takedown, like you said, and just rides it out. So I think this is just a prototypical Ben Rothwell win. Just kind of boring, just plots forward and just gets the job done. Goes home and kisses his wife.
Yeah, I agree with you. I will say, though, you said you don't see how Marcos could win. I think his path to victory is very easy, like literally stick and move. Ben Rothwell's slow as hell. Stick and move, good footwork, stay out of the way, don't let him push you against the cage, do that big sloth action. But you're not going to knock him out, like you said, not going to happen. You're not going to take him down. That's not going to happen either. So to beat Ben Rothwell, you have to stick and move. People have been commenting, I've been pitting them, that Ben has looked terrible lately, but has he? I mean, he's Ben Rothwell. That's what he's looked like his entire career. He's always
he's not getting destroyed. He's losing decisions, but he's not looking outclassed, like completely outclassed, right? He gets hit and he is a little bit slow, but he just keeps plotting forward and just going about his business and, lunch pail kind of guy.
But that's literally who he's been his entire career too. So Big Ben, I'm all over it. I'm not spending $8,600 because he scores like no points because he just comes forward. He'll lean on you against the cage. He'll throw some strikes. Obviously, he scored good points against Chris Barnett, but that was a stoppage. And, Chris Barnett, as high as I was on him last week, and we hit that money line bet, and I was all over Chris Barnett last week, Chris Barnett is not Marcos de Lima, right? Marcos de Lima is much more versatile and has more ways to win than Chris Barnett does. So, either way, this is this is a close fight. The odds a tiny bit wide, but this is a close fight. What do you think of the Monkey Knife Fight line, 83 to 54?
More.
You think more?
That's what I said.
Yep. Well, like you're probably right, because I said before he had 95 strikes against Marcin Tybura, who had 155. So he was way outstruck, a step behind the entire time, and he still blew past this 83 line. So it is probably more. I agree with you there. And what do you think of DraftKings? I said I wouldn't do Big Ben, but did you weigh in?
Yeah, that's not good value. Who did I say last week was the worst value at $8,800? I can't remember. It might have been Cheeto, honestly, unfortunately, but no, this is not good value at $8,600.
Yeah, no, he's just not a big scoring guy in DraftKings. wewantpicks.com/MKF. The more here is pretty solid, especially if you start digging into their past fights. This likely goes the distance. So more makes a lot of sense here. Before you go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 3 different betting partners. Jump into one of them. They all have deposit matches. Make a deposit. Let me know, and I will send you $50. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, however you want it, as a thank you for supporting us and our partners. wewantpicks.com/bets.